And with that, I'd like to welcome my sponsor on the House, Representative Snyder, who's been a great partner to be working with. Thanks.
Thank you, Senator Flores. Attorney General Bondi, thank you so much for your efforts. You know, although we have our job to do in the Senate and the House, a piece of legislation this big to receive the push and the horsepower that the Attorney General brings to an issue has made it so much easier to do. And Attorney General, thank you. I know you're very gracious and try to give the credit to everybody else, but it's really been your passion that we're reflecting here today. You know, when the Attorney General asked me to look into this, having been in law enforcement for 33 years, I knew some about it, and you know, I've seen some of the cases. But what I found the most appalling as we started to peel it back was just how little we in society collectively know about the phenomenon. And what we found is that we have victims that are quiet, they're behind the scenes, they're voiceless, and they're crying for attention, and they're crying for help. And I believe sincerely, sometimes in Tallahassee we do bills that make political statements, but more often than not we do bills that I think are serious policy. And this bill is about serious policy. What it actually does is this: it combines 3 current state statutes into one. It makes Florida trafficking penalties equal to federal law, which is extremely important because we found that unfortunately our local law enforcement, state law enforcement, have made precious few cases even though this occurs. We're giving the legislation that passed will give jurisdiction to a statewide prosecutor under the direction of the Attorney General. And that's critical because some of these cases are multi-jurisdictional. They occur from Key West to Pensacola Bay and at all points in between. It will allow for wiretapping. What we're saying by doing this and by allowing for forfeiture is that we put this on level of it's racketeering. This isn't just some quiet little industry that we're going to continue not being able to get at. This is a racketeering enterprise, and it's the goal of the Attorney General and of the collective, we see law enforcement up here, our collective will to stop this. We're going to allow, this bill will also make human smuggling a felony. It's currently a misdemeanor. And very importantly, it changes the current statute wording, which is a small thing and sometimes gets overlooked, but the current statute requires that the state attorney's office, my state attorney Bruce Colton is up here, prove force. Well, that's very difficult, so we're changing the statute to reflect the word coercion, because a lot of times these traffickers will take someone's passport, they'll take somebody's green card, they will threaten their family overseas, they have all matter, you know, their indebtedness. And so they have all kinds of ways to get somebody to be trapped into this human slavery and yet not use force. And then finally, it allows for those that are found guilty of trafficking in sex cases to be listed as offenders or sexual predators. And I think that's a big deal. And I'm glad that's in the bill. And then I'd like to thank Representative Bergen, who worked so tirelessly to get the massage parlor industry, unfortunately, is rife with this. And we've never been able to get at it. Well, we're giving the tools now from Tampa to Jacksonville to Miami to Orlando that law enforcement will be able to go in with the state attorney's office and stop these massage parlors that operate around the clock. And is oftentimes they're populated with the victims of trafficking.